Hey, it's Dan, and welcome to Unified Gaming. So today we're going to be jumping into ESO once again, and this is update 45, so the banners update with the Battlegrounds and all that stuff. If people are kind of new to the channel here, essentially I'm a PvP content creator for the Elder Scrolls Online. That's what this game is. I really enjoy the game. I really like PvP. I have had a bit of a hiatus over the past probably 6 months or so, so I am a little bit out of touch where the game is as such. So I've been jumping in kind of over the past week on and off to see how PvP feels, what are the new PvP modes like, what's Battlegrounds like, etc, etc. And in this one I just want to kind of jump back into the game more and back into the community. So I'm going to go through and just do some Battlegrounds, do a bit of PvP, answer questions. If people are curious as to kind of why did I sort of go for a period, there is actually an article on my Patreon which is free to access for those people that are curious, which explains in quite a lot of detail about just changes in life from my end. So yeah, but as always I'm just going to kind of sort of leave it there. So you'll see that we are on a Nightblade. I've been, pardon my language, been messing around with a Nightblade. I wasn't about to swear then. And this is something I made before I went away, and I just never got around to making a video on it. So the idea is that this is an ice gank blade, and it's meant to be really easy to kill people with, hit really hard, and it's just really trolly. It's really fun to play. I never made a video for this, and I'm at a point where I want to just finish this build off and get this out. So I'm going to use this on stream quite a bit. If you get any questions, just shout. And then we're going to go into PvP. If you get any questions about what I'm doing, by the way, just comment. And if there is any issues with like the audio or the video, it's been a while to say the least. So let me know and I'll fix it as quick as I can. I think it's okay from my end. Yeah, so on this Nightblade, we're using some Scribing shenanigans on this. So the kind of premise on how this is meant to play is that we hit from stealth. So we can use like this cloak, which they absolutely butchered. This is like terrible now, in all honesty, absolutely terrible. But we can use it still. And then what we can then do is follow up with a spammable, and then just have something like healing and sustain skills. So the idea is that this lets you sneak around really cheaply. You can stop halfway through and just sit in cloak forever, or you can spam the siphon in to stay in cloak as long as you want. You can vigor and then cloak, and then that will just like return your resource, which is really, really nice. And you can just keep doing that. And then the actual combo, what makes this really nice with the Scribing is that this is a stun. So this is Dazing Soul. It's a scribe skill, which means you need Gold Road for this build. And what this lets you do is attack somebody from range and stun them. Now, there's very few ranged stuns that have 28 meter range, which is why this is such an essential skill, because it lets you open up and get a free hit on somebody. And we use 2 proc sets for this build, like it's a gank build. So with this in here, we can hit them with proc 1, stun them, and then follow up with proc 2 and this skill to then make sure both procs land in the combo, which is essentially within like 1 second they get all of the damage. So you'll see that when we get into Battlegrounds, and it is really, really nasty. So whilst we are waiting, I do need to farm some stuff, which is a bit tedious. I do apologise. So we need to find where the gold West Wield is. I need to get some more of those class scripts. I kind of started doing the grind and I gave up because it took ages. So yeah. We might jump into Cyrodiil as well because I don't like PvE that much.
Stop buying things, sister. There you are. I have been expecting you.
Alright, so we need to do the little quests which are over here.
Impossible.
So one thing I can say, having like been a little bit absent for a while, is the PvP queues for Battlegrounds. They are still really, really slow. Like, still ridiculously slow. They weren't too bad earlier today, but like they just seem really slow again. So I'm not sure about that. Hey, you got Zombie Jesus, or Zeus, I think it's pronounced. How are you? It's been a while. So we got some just random stuff to do. Yeah, so we are just waiting for the Battleground queue to pop, and then we'll jump in there quickly. I've been doing a lot of the 8v8s, which they're very like hit and miss, literally. You're either on a team which is like really close, or it's like just spawn camps. On a Nightblade, when you're like ganking people, that's great because you can just mess around and do that. It's like awesome. But like for actual fighting, it is a bit frustrating if you are somebody who's like waiting. Zombie Zeus is saying, been getting back into BGs lately. The 5-minute wait after getting into BG itself. It's just weird. Yeah, that's a little bit odd. That did kind of throw me. I was like, searching for players. Like, why has it pulled me in? But nevertheless. Yeah, if you're curious, we've been in the queue for almost 5 minutes, so I'm hoping it will fire off very soon. This is the comment we do, by the way. So I literally just find something I want to kill. Heavy attack into Daze and Soul, and then Mother's dead. So yeah, that's literally what happens to players as well. It's stupid. So yeah, I'm just trying to get a few scripts whilst we're messing around. I'm just waiting. Hey, BG's finally. Zombie saying he doesn't like the 2-team form. Either you get absolute crap, or the whole team is just like not fun. It depends what you do. Like if you're a Nightblade, it's actually quite good because you can just. I don't condone spawn camping, and I like a lot of competitive like shooters and stuff. And I know it's really bad. Like the old Halo, if you knew where the spawns were in COD, it was like great because you could just like really just spin around and get a massive advantage. And you can kind of do that with Nightblade because of Cloak. You can like not camp the spawn per se, but it's quite easy to do that as a Nightblade, especially if you've got like burst and gank, which is like fun. So you do feel a bit like cheesy doing that, but it is fun nevertheless. I was on my Magical Warden as well earlier, so that build still actually works. Although I would change the monster set. I don't think we need the Glenar's Nightmare set that I'm using on it currently. Which is a couple of minutes and we can start, hopefully less. And you got all the rally, love a bit of rally. Zombie says PvP is only fun when it's semi-fair. Yeah, I would agree with that. I like the matches where you have to like move around and think about what you're doing. And like in Cyrodiil, because of how much health people have, because of it's more advantageous to stack health and defense than damage. It's just like a real slogfest there. You feel like the 2-team form is more like either running IC and getting wiped by 15-man Zerg, or being in that 15-man and killing a random one-offs. I think it's a mixed. It is. Yeah, just 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go. 2.5. Yeah, so the food on this and the consumables, and I'll go through kind of what I'm doing with the sets in a second. But attributes, I basically put much more in health, which seems a bit stupid for a gank build. But I want this to be like a very easy build to pick up. So you could get more damage by stacking more magicka, and you can also change some of the glyphs. If you do that though, you are much more prone to being killed yourself. So I find like this is a really good amount of health because it stops you from dying. So my recommendation, if you are a dark elf, which this is, or Khajiit would work, aim for about 29,000 health roughly, and then the rest in magicka. Munders wise, the lover is like the most damagey one that's consistent for what we do, so I'd go with this. This is an Oakensoul Chad build, so yay Oakensoul. Again, like it's aimed to be easy to use. We are a vampire, so vampire stage 3. For people curious, vampire was changed when I last played and they nerfed undeath. This is still worth it though. When I was testing, this is still good. And then for like slottables and so on, I'm using Witch Mothers, so just health, magicka, and then mag regen. You could use like Jewels of Mistral, or you could use anything with mag regen basically, and just health. You need the health really. And then potion wise, good old try bots. They're great. And then the skills for it, Daze and Soul, which is using Stun, it's using Lingering Torment, and it's using Major Breach as the scripts. False Pulse, Siphoning, Shadowy, Vigor, Incap. You can change Vigor to be like a burst if you wish. And set wise, we are using Winterborn, Krag, Tarnished, Oakensoul with double dot poisons. So that's like a brief summary of the build. I'll go through a bit more detail. So we can capture the relic. Zombie is saying that the 4v4 format is gone. Which I used to like that, but I found it was either like really good or really not. Who's dead? Cheeky kill there. I like to open with the heavy attack into the stun. Dead. I stole that kill. I so stole that kill. See, this person here, I can get some damage on him. There you go. So when he's doing these little heal, that's just silly. Can I get a ton of him? I almost got him out of range. No, run away, run away, run away. I got greedy, I had 3 kills. Okay, but the snipes fan. If we had slightly less health, we would have died a lot quicker than that. When I used this early, I did like 4 or 5 matches. I had like 39 kills in one match, which is stupid. So you can see the burst there, that's nasty. My health is very low. Ooh. Someone's using Savaris and Sheer Venom on me. I will just wait here. Thank you very much. Let's reset my stamina. Oh, I got hit with Dawnbreaker and Elite. That was not nice. Ooh. See, this is still one of the advantages of Nightblade. I absolutely love that you can like reposition quite freely. Yeah, so there he's dead. So you literally just go behind people and just pick them off. I've had 5 kills so far. Those, and you just spend a lot of your time just sneaking around or in cloak. Dead. So I'm just gonna reposition that. That's some good burst though on that guy. He had like full health and he died. I took corrosive one. I hate corrosive, I do sometimes. There you can see. There, now it's off. When you hit people and they take like 800 damage or something, it's on any hit, you know, it's like corrosive's keeping them low from taking less damage. So that was with that was an in-cap there as well. There you go. I'm not sure if it's corrosive, but something really limited his damage taken there. Like really, really low. So part of me have considered dropping some of the damage for a bit more speed, using some Swift on this. Somebody was saying a bit earlier about the 4v4. So you said that the 4v4, there wasn't just one team that was bad. Got away too fast. East saw where I was.
They have the relic.
That's a blast bone's got me. Yeah, so Zombie was saying the 4v4 format, there wasn't one team that was just crap. On the other two, it just felt someone can make a combat and actually win. With two teams, it's rare to have your whole team wipe, especially within the first minute, if you actually make a comeback. I've noticed the 8v8, if they've got healers, it's really hard. Like really, really hard if one team has like 2 or 3 healers. That is quite annoying, actually. So you will see like the burst window on this build is about 28k. 30k we can do it. But oh yeah, he's I'll take that, thank you. They didn't pick up my heal. I'm going. I've got no heal power. I have no healing. It literally just the dots are getting me because I've got low, low, low. That's where I need burst heal. So we've had 9 kills already with this, which is just silly. Because I'm literally just heavy attack and then spamming force pulse. Like, it's quite simple. Obviously, given that I've been gone for a while, what have you guys noticed about the state of PvP? Is it like better or worse? Do you think the PvP is like improved much or not? I've only done like a couple matches, so can't comment too much. Oh, no, 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 no. David says 1 bar build. Yes. I'm currently playing Don't Die. It's quite a difficult game. I managed to sneak away though. Yeah, this is a 1 bar like ice gank build. So I'm just repositioning. Oh, there's like 3 of them up there. Those 2 dead. I did try this as a 2 bar for people curious, and it wasn't as easy to use, and it didn't feel that much more effective. So it's kind of like, why would I go through and like make it hard on myself to play, if that makes sense. Ah, managed to stay alive. Managed to stay alive. All the dots. Ah, these dots got me. There it was, the sheer venom. 11,020 ticks. But like, I like this mode for like just messing around on Nightblade. If I was on something else, I might not enjoy it as much. Got a healer at the back. Hello, Mr. Healer. That healer is not annoying. He is. 500, almost 600k healer and he's done. No, they got me. Shattering rock. It stunned me. We had 17 kills so far with 1 million damage. Yeah, on their team they've got what's it? About 800k healing across the team, which is pretty decent. We should get the relic because we don't lose for 2 minutes. So I'm gonna try and sneak over. I went for it, but I should have just went for the kills rather than the relic. I was hoping if we can grab it then, I might be able to run back quick enough, but I don't think we'll get that off. Hey, you're at prom. You got Sandra back there. I'm like out of resources, so I need to try and reset. Yeah, we're just gonna quickly reset and just spam this quickly. You know, cheers, Sandra. It's been a while, to say the least. They saw me. They. Oh, that's some good burst there. 19-7. That was pretty fun. Oh, it's like such a silly build. I love it. It's just proc sets and just 2 skills. It's not that like challenging. You can still make stupid stuff, which I enjoy that. I enjoy that part of ESO, the silly like builds. I will queue for another one, and then hopefully I found. Let's not do that one. Sorry. No, I know it's alright. It's just been a busy time in the life of Dan. But like, it's good to kind of get back to making content and back to normality. If that makes sense. I enjoy doing it as like a hobby. One of the main reasons, by the way, I went with an ice staff. You might be thinking, like, why would you use an ice staff for like trying to gank? The real reason was for this, and this is like a variation of this build, which is why I quite like it. If you put on Chilling Explosion, you can like, absolutely nuke groups. The only kind of issue with it though is that because of the changes to Cloak, it's not as good as it used to be. So when I first made this, you could like cast Cloak and then the skill and you would still be invisible. Whereas they've now like changed Cloak. So yay. But what it would let you do, and you can still do it if you sneak, you just have like that 2-second window where that you can be seen and you can be hit, which is a bit risky, I'm not gonna lie. You basically do this. Dead. And then what's quite cool with this setup is I try and do it where I'm not invis. The first thing procs, and then when it crits, the second set of procs because of the scripts I'm using. So I've got this afflicts enemies with burn, and chill, and concussion. So those 3 there can obviously each one could crit. So what ends up happening is set 1 procs on the cast, and then set 2 procs on that proc, which is like a second later, and it's all AoE, which is quite nice. And then pop. So you can do it as players there. Sandra says, am I going to do the Cyrodiil test next week? I've heard of it, but I've not like looked into it fully, if that makes sense. If you could like enlighten me, that would be amazing. I kind of was under the impression it was basically they are looking at like the performance, and somebody was saying about sets being reduced or like restricted. But again, I don't know enough about it to like have an informed choice at this stage. Alright, so this one is gone, which is a bit annoying. My horse is really bad. I'm just going to sit by the world boss. Can't see any of the crystal people. Yes, only one Cyrodiil will be up. Okay. I'm not sure what they're gonna do behind the scenes to it. Like, my thoughts, as always, been like they need to shard it, like they do with Imperial City, personally. And like by that I mean, in Imperial City you have different districts. So essentially you have like load screens within it, which means from like a hardware perspective, this is one map. So this could be like on one shard or one processor node or thread, for example, running this bit, another thread running this bit, another thread running this bit, etc, etc. Which then means rather than being one thread or like one CPU running the whole this, you've got 6. And all that happens is the players pull between the different like shards or servers. That's how this works from what I understand technically. And this is a lot more stable compared to all of this. All they need to do is realistically make these little gates. You can't see it on the map here, but there's like a gate up here. There is. Just make those be like the shards. You go through that, you get into this part of the map. That's what I would suggest they should do personally to like fix it. Sandra says with the one they're doing next week, it's going to be no procs, no buffs, no armor. So I think it's on. I do. So essentially something like this then. Like everybody would have a flat set of stats. The no buffs I can kind of get somewhat. I know like a lot of people are gonna hate me for that, but I can kind of get that. Sorry, I just caught a claim file with my hand. It's bugging me. I can kind of get the buff thing simply because most people will have the buffs on all of the time anyway. At that point, you just have unnecessary calculations. Oh, we got the damage one. He's a smart man. Dead. He died. Do you see how quick he died? He's dead too. Fist fighting. But you said only a few skills. And that's another crane fly. Sorry. You can tell my executive function's not great. One that got away. No, don't go away. I've got the wrong skill. Sorry, that was really freaking stupid. I kept pushing my stun skill, my X, thinking I had the stun on. Going, why is he not being stunned? Why is he not being stunned? Yeah, I was meant to have Days and Soul on. That's what I was meant to do. I was meant to have this on. And I had this on. We'll mess around with the chill one. I'll show you the big AoE, because that's quite fun still. I need to see what they're going to do. I can see if they just take off all the buffs and just keep heals on. And some damage skills, it could be okay. So it's like this kind of stuff where this kind of shines. Dead. There, got him.
We dropped the ball.
We need to get that ball! We need to get that ball back! They dropped the ball!
We got the ball.
Oh, that was a good one there. That was. I'm just gonna go and hide.
The ball is ours! Kine is with us!
We dropped the ball.
Oh, that was a nice little explosion there. I don't know if you saw that. That was like glorious.
They have the ball now! Yours! Boom!
He's a tanky healer at the back.
They dropped the ball.
This is one that I never made a video on. I think we call it Chill Blast or something. Speed, yay! Oh, did I stack? Can I get double speed? No, you can't. Oh, that's shitty.
We have dropped the ball! Kine mocks us!
The stun's better for single target. He's dead. Oh, he's on a bash build. Oh, he's got corrosive. But give me a heal! Give me a heal! We're gonna go for the Days and Soul. That's much better for this group. So like the big AOE is good for like it's kind of good for like Cyrodiil. Who's left out? Yes. Dead. He stole my kill. He so stole my kill. Are you gonna who is actually gonna try the Cyrodiil test? Oh, he's waiting to die. He is. Sulk up here. Oh, yeah, got him. Why is he in? I forgot he had his. Oh, didn't he? That really confused me. I was like, why is he in Mist Vampire? Oh, and then he just leapt me like a DK. That's really weird. Sandra says their guild's plans to do it. Maybe have all of them. Dead. Hey, 60. That's quite a good number. I tried going for the ult. My ult didn't fire. You heard it like, I don't know if you heard the little sound though. Because I don't have a burst heal, that's what makes this really hard. I should change figure to burst heal. I hate healers so much.
Kine is with us!
We
They've
dropped the
dropped
ball.
the ball!
We dropped the ball. East, guide us.
need to get that ball back.
There we got him. Oh, how much healing has he done? 900k healing. You can, you know, there's a healer as soon as nobody dies.
Ball is loose. Stretch that ball. We've got the ball. Praise the hist. Hist, give us strength. They've dropped the ball. They dropped the ball. Guard that ball with your life.
Even that just drain is done. You can see since we changed the single target, it's a lot more easy to kill people.
Must get the ball back. They have the ball. Hist, guide us. We dropped the ball. We've got the ball. Praise the hist.
I'm gonna get away from those. There's lots of people there. And I got a healer with them. That's the healer up there, by the way. 1.1 million healing. So yeah, I'm not gonna. He's got too much health.
We've got the ball. Must get the ball back. They have the ball. Hist, guide us.
Stupid freaking warden.
We need to get that ball. We have the ball. This can't be. We dropped the ball.
Managed to get him. They got me. Got two of them come get me. I'm gonna go for that Sork.
We must get the ball. We dropped the ball. We've got the ball.
Camp them at the back. Looked like I did a lot of the work there. Hey, cheers for the sub, Kane.
Hist, give us strength. They dropped the ball. Hist, give us strength. They dropped the ball.
Ah, 19 to 5. Oh, there he is. He's right behind me. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, we'll have a little look at the changes. What do you guys think of the build? Like, obviously, I know it's quite a bit of a weird one. We're literally just heavy attack, phase and soul, force pulse, and killing people. I wouldn't say insanely OP, but we're killing people pretty consistently, considering we're using 2 skills. that 1vx against the wolves. Oh, oh the world boss is up. Let's go kill this quickly. We'll try and get some like here. So like we count towards it, and then I'll have a little read of the. Yeah, that should be enough hopefully. I'm gonna load up the Cyrodiil changes. So ESO Cyrodiil test 2025. Sandra says it looks like a fun build. It's silly. It's not like. I want to try and get the AoE into it. So I'm in two minds with the Fisher's Depth setup. I wanted, like, this was originally a ranged bomber because this used to proc at the same time as Winterborn. So then you'd basically have like 20k burst. Sorry, 25 to 30k burst. It was pretty stupid. Now it's like 15 to 20, which isn't enough to like one-shot a player unless you do a follow-up. See, he's got the idea. Yeah, Tarnish and Winter. And I had this set up when I was like last making content, so about 6 months ago. And this surprisingly works well. I just changed the scribe skill to be like a single target stun, to be more of a gank build. Whilst those people are doing that, red on. Hey, great. Don't know where it is. Oh, we'll kill the boss now, don't we? One sec, I just need to get some lights. Do enough damage to actually be counted as like helping. So I'm so used to having to rotate heals. I think that should be enough. Okay, so it says if you're on PC, you can expect a special New Alliance War campaign to help test changes and improvements for ESO's open world PvP mode. Look for information on the campaign champions test on the forums closer to the live date. Okay, so I need to find the forum post. If anybody has a link to that, the actual forum post, that'd be quite helpful. I'm just like having a look now. There it is. I think this is it. Yeah, this looks about right. There's a link for those people that are curious. So I'll have a little look and just see what that is all about. And I will be doing the gold vendor reviews again. I used to like doing those. This thing takes ages to kill. I only did this for the script. Load of rubbish, load of rubbish. All this is rubbish. So bear with me 1 sec. I'll have a little read what it says now, okay? I will read it. Let me see if I can try and get this on the screen. There we go, look at that. Oh. So, Below is part 1 of part 2 written PvP Q&A based on things. So that's Cyrodiil Champions live test. That was the February one. PC Q&A. All of them. It'll be 7 days. What it says, we have only the current abilities that are on the PTS. As a reminder, this test isn't a fully fleshed out feature. So this is just basically, if it works, I'll keep doing it. The goal behind the test. They want feedback on large battles. Will my characters have racial passives? Nope, that's quite interesting. Yeah, the Battleground is ready, so I'll quickly switch the window back. I will carry on reading. I'm curious. Vengeance campaign, I've looked for that. Okay. Do you have a direct link to it, Sandra, by chance? Or maybe I'm just going mad. In the Vengeance campaign, there is no alliance or weapon skill lines. The Knight Blade is the only class right now. Of course, there's always a Knight Blade with major evasion. No class siege shield, and the majority of people without access to major evasion siege will be super oppressive. So that was a question. This is a test, not full feature. Will characters have health magicka or not? For this test, the character is templated and there is no choice in terms of stat allocations. That's interesting. Commander bus will be disabled. The champion system and active perks will be disabled. Since all character templates have the exact same stat values, and vengeance food is not necessary. Poisons are disabled in the camp thing. Can the Cyrodiil campaign test gear be modified by player traits? No, you can't change it. Can you swap specifics? Can we swap specific slots to our liking, such as sword and board, backbard? Okay, I'll read that a bit more. It looks like basically, if you were like to make Call of Duty and like have like just preloaded classes, like you know, they create a class before you actually get to customize it yourself. Sorry, it looks a bit like that. I've got PTS downloaded. I might have a little look in that in a moment if it's on there. Vanilla everything. Yeah, if it's on the PTS, I've got it downloaded. I downloaded the other day. That was a bit mean. They hit me with a meteor. That was very mean. This is actually quite a good one for this. I want to change my skill because they're pulling up so much. This is really good for this map. I want to put it back on. Oh. got him. No, they're gonna get me. They're gonna get me. Kane says, what am I currently rocking? I'm messing around on the Nightblade. It's using Winterborn and Tarnished Nightblade. That chilling explosion skill's fun. With this kind of stuff, he got out the range, he did. Oh. They've got lots of healers. But if you just spam this in here, you can get some cheap kills. Hey, I got a kill. I got him. I got him at the back. Oh, that was quite cool. Let me get some resources back. Yeah, so what makes this good? Like, this is made for like keeps, basically. And then with False Pulse, because we've got the status, it bounces around people. See, like here, lots of people coming into this. Ah, I got him. See, like for keep stuff, honestly, the burst is stupid. 9 kills. Run away, run away, run away. Let me just go up here. Like it is really satisfying when you get those massive burst hits on people. I'm just gonna reset my resources quickly. But that's literally what this is. This is made to be like against big groups. Oh no no no! Someone hit. Someone saved my life. Let me just move away from those people. I'll show you what it's running in the sec fully. Yeah, literally just with my nice stuff. It's like 1 bar. You can see like they don't push through. The damage is really nasty, like really. They got me. They got me. Too many. Set. Looks like the stream up on a bit funny. think it's okay. If someone could let me know if the stream's like running okay, I'm not sure if it is.
And return to the game.
That was fun. That was fun. Yeah, my YouTube thing says there's a issue with the internet. I think it's okay because the stream seems to be working, but yeah, apologies if it's like kicked people out. I'm not sure if Kane is still here. I think he might be. Yeah, he is. Kane, you were asking what we're using. We are using Winterborn. I will make a video on this, by the way. With one Krog and Tarnished Nightmare. And then Oakensaw. I have a few, like, if you want to make it do a little bit more damage, it's not worth it personally. I have tested it loads. But you can get the contingency and then get the I can't remember what the script's called now, but it gives you an extra 2,000 damage on your next hit, and this applies to all enemies hit with the big AoE, so this is quite nice. And you can make this into like a heal instead of a shield, so it could be like a burst heal. You literally just do that, you cast your skill, and then they will get the bonus damage. But they're dead. And it applies to everything. It only applies to the first source of damage though. But like if you hit 3 things AoE, it applies to all of them at once. But if you hit something with 3 hits, like with Crush and Shock, you only get that 2,000 once, you don't get it 3 times. Ultimate wise, you can go and use Soul Tether, or you're better using Elemental Rage, or and then this will basically freeze people. If you are trying to go for more damage, with the Superstar, there's an add-on bit here that you can change the scripts so you can see what it would look like. But with the Explosion, you have access to Fire, Magic, Shock, or Frost damage. Those are your damage sources. Physical does give slightly higher unless you have like certain things built into it. So like if you're on a class that gives you physical damage, use that obviously, but all the elements have the same base. So 16, 4, 6, 9. That's for like shock. But it means if you use like a buff or a set that gives you bonus magic damage, like War Maiden, or bonus fire damage like Silks of the Sun, then you can obviously use these. I use Frost because I use Winterborn. So I would, if you are wanting to like have more of a bomber build, your choice is Tarnished, which is 6649, or Winterborn, which is 6470. The advantage of Winterborn is that it adds a bit of a snare, which means it's easy to get full up damage on them. The advantage of Tarnish is it hits slightly harder, and it also hits them with Sword, which is more penetration. So this will hit slightly harder. The only downside is it's 3 crit chance, which you don't really need, to be honest. Whereas Winterborn does actually have some damage and some magicka. So this ends up being like similar damage between the 2 sets. So you basically choose, do you go for the glass extra pen on your full up damage, or do you go for the snare? And then you pair that with Fisher's Death. So it is a more out there build for sure. Like I invested loads of money and stuff into this because when Scribing came out, the inks, which are these things here, wherever they are. Where's my craft bag? Oh, sorry, my cat's trying to come on the PC. I don't use a camera, but my cat's here. She's called Luna. She's nice. Yeah, with it's the ink stuff. I don't know where they put the craft bag. I thought it was just in here. I might have to go to the bank to actually show it, but the thing's called luminous ink, and it used to be like 150k when it first came out, which is stupid. Now it's like 500 gold. Sanchez says, is it good on Sulk? Sulk has advantages over like Nightblade because they have access to the shock passives in their class kit, which gives them 10% shock boost. They also get a passive which gives them bonus damage the higher the health target has, I think it is. It's like a weird which means it's more burst rather than execute, which is what you want because you're trying to kill him at full health. So the Sulk passives can work quite well with this. On top of it, you could also cast like Crystal Weapon first. So you could have like Crystal Weapon where my B would be, for example. Then do your skill here. Then Light Attack and Force Pulse. And you'll get Crystal Weapon proc. You'll get the Big Explosion proc. And you'd also get the Force Pulse. And that would land within about 1.5 seconds on a target. I've put on the extra damage and the ult. So I'll show you what this looks like. I'm going to be cheeky, I'm going to nab these quickly. Thank you. I've got 2 kills there, doing that. Zoom, 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 zoom. If I had Fish's death, probably would have got a chain reaction. That's so much healing. Yeah, I'll probably go. I'll probably go winter and Fisher's death personally. I think. He stole my kill. I got my ult ready though. Oh, this is like, see, this is good where you can do stuff like this here. I hope if you can get someone in that combo, that basically one-shots a lot of people. So you can see that bonus damage skill isn't worth it. Like, if you're in a duo, it's quite good.
Glory awaits.
Even just chucking out loads of these hit like really hard. Slowly. Oh, I need vigor. I need a heal. Look, I literally can't heal myself because this is a shield. I can make the contingency a heal instead. So yeah, I was trying to find ways to get more burst out of it, and it's really hard to get more burst out of that skill. Help kill him. I've had 4 kills though doing this.
Their defeat is inevitable.
It is like this is silly as a build. Almost got him, almost got him. Have you been using Rush of Agony and VD on that blade? Yeah, Rush is always good. We've got Archer Hill. So yeah, that's kind of what that does. It's a bit of a weird spec. Ali Rage is increased. If you want to get more damage, you need to really slot one of these as well for the hemorrhage passive. If we use this ult, but then we can't then do our resource shenanigans. So that's why I like the incap. If I'm just going for like burst, or we lose like the cloak, which to be fair isn't as good as it used to be. So. Just curious, that gives us a bit of damage on it. Like, there isn't much else we can really run that would help us. Like, this is awesome. I'm gonna queue for BGs again. But that's kind of what this is like aimed to do. It's aimed to kind of like pseudo bomb. And for people curious, we're hitting people for like 9.6k. That was against a bear. This against players 9,700. So like it's like consistently about 10k a hit. Plus, you got to bear in mind you obviously get the Winterbomb tarnish. So that's like 4/2. That's 3. So that's 7. So that's 17,000 roughly. Plus the chill concuss, and those doing like 1,000 each. So it is like 20k burst, which is pretty nasty. Like for such a simple thing to do. But I'm still like deciding: do I keep the? Do I use it as a kind of big explosion? Or do I go with something else? And the other thing we could try, I haven't tried it before though, is whether we fill up with a stun. Let me try that. That might. So I could do something like this. So I'll try that. We'll try that as a combo. Because I don't know if it'll be enough damage. What do you think? Do you guys think that'll be like useful? I don't know if the extra stun's gonna make that much of a difference, like against single target. If we were to try and maximize the damage on this, we would use infused here, and it would have all magicka in all honesty as my glyphs and all divines. I'm missing divines here and I'm missing divines here, which is not it's not a lot of lost damage, but it's still some. And in all honesty, if I wanted to like really push the damage, I should go all medium. That will give us slightly more burst still, and I can drop that if I want, and then run a glyph like oblivion damage for that single target, so I've got a better chance of getting that one person. So there's a few like tweaks we could do to probably get an extra 1, maybe 2,000 on the burst, maybe 2.5 at most, which isn't going to be like, you know, terrible. It's more damage, but I don't think it'll be that much that is worth me investing like the time for the transmutes. That's like the biggest bottleneck I always have. I don't have an issue with gold. There's always these transmute crystals. They're an absolute like just ball ache to get. Yeah, I forgot to cancel my ESO plus, so I got 24,000 crowns. Let me see what people want to do. Should I use the single target or the AoE? I've just put a quick poll up. You can just tap or like click. But we're currently spec for the AoE, and it's just changing skills. Kane says, "What if I went with a bow instead of an ice staff?" If you're trying to do a gank build, so like snipe for example, the issue you have is that you don't have access to an ice skill, which makes Winterborn really hard to proc. Now with the changes with the Scribing system, they changed Willed Sword and gave it a frost damage. So in theory, you could use this frost, and then you could then use something like our personally go with Lingering Torment for more damage, and then go with Major Breach. And I'd use this skill, and then you could do Snipe into Chilling Soul, which is what I would recommend on a sniper, and that's what I use on my snipe build. So Snipe into Chilling Soul gives you access to Winterborn, which is this one here, and also Tarnished. The advantage of doing this is that these are the biggest single target proc sets that you can proc at range consistently. That's the key. Like these proc easily at range. This is just any ice damage to proc this one, and this Tarnish is just any crit. The downside obviously is that the Winterborn is a bit clunky because you do need that ice damage, and light attacks do count. So like if you've got an ice staff light attack, that does also count, but it really limits what skills you can do. You can only really use, I said, this skill, Chilling Soul, if you choose to do like it with a bow. I don't know if that will help with what you're trying to do. Or not. AoE explosion is what's on there at the moment, so we'll try that. That's one dead.
They have the ball. Vengeance will be swift.
See, with Vigor, we can actually do this. We can reset our resources a lot easier. I missed the... Oh, that's both dead, which is quite nice. Oh, that's 3. Got an assist on that last one. We killed him. We killed him. And then he's not like, mate, got us. Sorry about the cough. I got him too. Okay, the stun's actually quite good. I'm dead. No, they got me. They got me. Okay, what? This is kind of working. Like, it's got good single target burst. But you have to really be cautious, though. If you don't line up that 2-second cast time, you are, like, buggered. So look, that guy had full health, and we literally bursted him. And then someone got him with an execute. 7 kills. Let's put on the ultimate. Because we also have a stun. Damn it. I'll use more resources up. We've got our resources back. What do you think of it with the stun? Like the chilling explosion and stun? We're going to try and get our resources back. We are. Oh, so we're sneaking around. We were sneaking around. Oh, we got the guy. No, we've changed that up to our ult, which is what I wanted to do. Ice Furnace is not burst. It's like single target, AoE dot damage. Oh, I got him.
Grab that ball fast. Let us get that ball back.
We can streak. I'll take that very much. Thank you very much. Oh, all my ult back. That streak is annoying. You need to run Maelstrom.
Quickly, grab the ball. They have the ball. Divines aid us.
I've had 11 kills doing this. No, nobody healed me. Nobody healed me. We got ult ready. I got all 3 balls. He literally just streaks off, don't he, that guy? Yeah, I'm not sure if the ice storm. I need like Vicious Death. I do to make the ice storm worth it. I could try Meteor. That's a bit cheaper, isn't it?
Let's get that ball. Snatch the ball back, quick.
We'll try Meteor. We'll see like if that's any better.
Time to hit them with all we've got.
Oh, we killed him. It's a nasty burst. I think it was a rush of agony and then someone else hit us with a horse. Oh, we've got a meteor already. We can actually do that. The big explosion into meteor. Let's see how like, busted or bursty that is as a combo. Ah, oh, so annoying. He just used it. Literally just used my meteor. That's so annoying. I think the single target is better. It's got. We'll go back to the single target, I think. But yeah, the AoE thing I'm still like working on. I want to try and get some more damage out of it on that skill because I wanted to do that to like groups basically. That's like the plan. and it does hit hard. Don't get me wrong. Like, I've seen other wolves. That's load. So that was like 8k, 8k, 9,000 almost. So like, as a skill, it does hit hard. But I wanted to adapt to players. Like, that was 32 go there. I can't think of many other ways to boost the damage on that. We've got 2 good proc sets. I'm going to change my Mundus. Let me see if that makes a difference. I need to see if somebody can add me to the guild though. If anybody's in the Roses guild on PC, EU, would you mind adding me? I need a house to have access to the thing. I need all like the Mundus stones basically. I want to try the shadow and see if that's any better. If you've just tuned in, by the way, we're on an Ice Nightblade gank build. It kind of has mediocre-ish medium AoE damage, about 15-20k, and then it has 25 to 30k burst single target damage, which is like really reliable and really consistent. Yeah, I'm gonna just message them and see if I can get an invite quickly on Discord. Bear with me one sec. ABG is ready. Sweet. This one, single, which ice Nightblade? The match is starting in about 30 seconds, which we're currently on AoE with stun. Keep with that or change to single target. It's just literally, okay, it's a skill change. That goes there, and that goes there. There you go. We're done. That was quick. It's very quick to change, which is quite nice. That's what I like with this setup. It's easy to switch. Visual power, I'll take that. Thank you very much. that was quite a few good kills there, wasn't it? Oh. I probably wants to like kill them and not get the flag. What do you think of that little little rampage there? He died very fast, didn't he?
They have captured the point. We captured the point.
A momentary setback. They've taken the point. We've captured the point.
There you go. He kept healing every time he did like heavy attack. Spam the heal. It's a ghost. But 10 kills so far. Okay, he's got a mate with him.
Magnificent. We've seized the point.
Alright. Let me get the speed boost. It's been a while, Sean. It's about 6 months. What speed buff? I want to go get them quick. I went to go for the in cap on him. His mate kept spamming heals. Look at it go. It's like, heal, 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 heal. Had an 11 kill streak then. I ruined it. You know, it's been 6 months roughly. Maybe a bit longer even. Dead.
They have captured the point.
But
No, the point is theirs.
want another damage buff. The damage buff is glorious. When you get that, it's like very, very tasty.
They have captured the point. Yes, we've taken the point.
I got him. Try ganking me.
Unstoppable. We've taken
This feels like really unfair, this match. Love it.
triumph awaits. They've captured the point.
No you don't, Mr. Sork. No you don't.
We've taken the point. We captured the point.
What did you go from as well? 19-1. That was nice. That was very nice. Oh, the single target is so stupid on this. Like for like such little effort, we're using 2 skills and we're literally just bursting people like there's no tomorrow. It's stupid. Sam says, "Am I playing Nightblade now?" Just joined. Yes, I'm playing a Magica Nightblade. So what's nice about this setup is we have like really high damage at like stupid range. So yeah, it is very, very cheesy. I'm not gonna lie, like really cheesy. But good fun. So yeah, it's also 1 bar as well, which makes it like even more stupid because we literally just focus on moving and just using 2 skills to kill people. So yeah, we're just moving up to the dolmen up there, or the world boss, sorry, to do like the next daily thing. Just caught my stitches on my leg, which is a bit annoying. Leg no aches. Sam says, "Could I take this into Cyrodiil?" Yes, you can use this in Cyrodiil. You can use it in duels, but like with Cyrodiil and duels and stuff, just be mindful of like the targets you're going for. So the idea is that you basically do this, and then things die. So that's essentially like the combo. When I was doing it in duels and against like other players who had CP, for example, it was doing 25 to 29k burst against like other Nightblades within like 1 to 2 seconds. So it was pretty consistent damage. Against those players in that last match here, for example, that we're hitting him for 4k tarnished, 2.5k light attacks, false pulse, 1800, but there's 3 of those, so obviously that's a fair bit. Days and Soul 2.7. This person 4k Winterborn 2.6, 2.7, 3.8 heavy. So like you can see the damage when it all like combines together, which it does. It hits very hard. So you literally just heavy attack, Days and Soul, then light attack, false pulse. Sam says, "Do I have a link for the build?" No, I actually made this build like when I used to play. So I used to play about 6 months or so ago, and I made the build, and I just never made a video on it because I got busy. And then yeah. So I have made a thumbnail ready for this, which I will make. So yeah, my plan is I will probably take some footage from here and then make a video. I might just do a quicker video of like here's the build by itself, and then if you want a gameplay, which is what I was doing typically before, because I found people preferred that. If you want the gameplay, you can see the gameplay, it gives you how to play it. If you want just what the sets, what we're doing, there's that. So I'll probably go down that route and just do the like here's the build by itself, everything you need to know, and then here's the like gameplay if you want to see how to play it and kind of have like a pilot. That makes sense. That's kind of probably what I'm going to do. I'll make that hopefully this weekend. If you are obviously subscribed to the channel, you would see it when it comes out. If you are a YouTube member, you'll get access to it early as well. But yeah. Whilst we're waiting, I'm going to have a look at the Cyrodiil test and just see if there's anything else that we need. Just the end of the list. Hey, they give you unlimited tri potions in the test. That is like awesome. Cheers, Sam. I'm glad that obviously they help. Like, that's kind of why I do it.
The point is lost. Yes, the point is ours.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. 2 kills. I went a bit too aggressive with my stand pull. I'm probably going to die here because of this. No, I am lucky. I should have died there. Oh, it's different. Cheers, Sandra. I tried to make builds that are like just balanced. They're either like very niche and very like specific one thing, but very good at it, or very like good at all stuff. Like not excellent as one like 1vx type thing, but like aim to be decent across the board, like good damage, good sustain, good defense. So it gives you like versatility in your fights. Run, run, run as fast as I can. I have no burst heal. Without a burst heal, you are very, very squishy. I feel like this is a good time for this AoE because people are clumping together very, very much in this map. When I die next, or if I die next, I'll put the AoE on because I feel like I might be able to get some more actual love out of it. Still got a kill.
The point is ours.
Let's get some healing. Oh, the bow builds. I used to love making the bow builds. They were good fun.
The point is theirs.
Oh, he stole my kill. He stole my kill. You saw that? Oh. Bow builds still work, by the way, Sandra. I was messing around with some the other day. They still decent if you build them right. In some way, cards you actually get slightly more burst than you did before. The only issue is because Cloak's a bit like buggered. Whoa, I got hit with a lot of death. He literally like synergized straight away, didn't he? AoE time. I said I'm going to die this time.
We seize the point. There goes the capture.
I got a bug. I can't get out of sneak. Oh no! I think I'm going to disconnect from the server. Yeah, this is looking like it's going to be a kick out of the game. Oh, that sucks. Oh look, we can try and light attack him to death, I guess. Oh, we're doing something. Yeah, this is something. David says, what is the spec? We are messing around with Tarnish and Winterborn. Have any of you guys run into this bug? Oh, that is clearly a bug. And now ESO has decided to kick me out. Oh, that's joyful, isn't it? Fail to obtain server stuff. This might be a good time to go into the PTS. I'll try once more. You know your password's so long you sometimes forget. Yeah. Let me load that one up. I'm gonna close this then. And then I'll load the other ESO up. Okay. You can probably already hear it. I just agreed to the terms of service. Oh, that's right. Let's log in. With me, so I'm just doing the access code and stuff, so that's why the screen's up black for the moment. Because there we go. Yeah, whilst it's been a bit funny, I'll just jump on the PTS just quickly, because there's that Cyrodiil test. Apparently, people saying it's like not live, but you can like see the skills. So I'm curious to see what that looks like. These are all my little characters. Let's go on Nightblade. I love good old Nightblade. So I'm just checking whilst the thing. Campaigns, Cyrodiil. How do I access the thing? I didn't think it was ready, but someone said it might be. And if not, we'll jump back on live. That will hopefully give it time for it to like fix itself. Oh, I forget how fast this one is. That thing's like stupidly fast. Yeah, so that doesn't have them on here yet. I think it was Sandra saying that you can view them on the PTS, but maybe that's not just yet. None there. Yeah, I'm assuming it's not like available just yet. So we're gonna jump back into the normal one anyway, and hopefully that will give this enough time. Yeah, it looks like they're doing a change in Cyrodiil, and they're like making almost pre-set up classes. You can change like the skills and stuff, but that's about it. And so I'd be curious to see how that feels. But the screen's just going to go black for about a minute or so, just whilst I sort this out. I think the next test is on the 27th. Hey, cheers for the sub, David. My computer thinks ESO is still running. Bear with me, sorry. I'll reload the stupid launcher. Whilst you're waiting, I'll put this is where we got to kind of the PTS. So there's a few things about like what's been allowed and not. Cheers for the permanent donor, David. That's really appreciated. I'm just trying to get like, the stream working again. It's all like stupid. Well, my computer thinks ESO is open, and it's not. There we go. Sorry about that. I was a bit more awkward than I would have wanted. Let me quickly log in and then hopefully we can get in. Yeah, that looks like that's now working again. There we go. Apologies for that. That was a bit annoying. Yeah, so you want to see the bash build? I think I've got it set up actually on this. I might show it in a second. The bash sulk's really fun. Like it's really stupid. I deliberately like some of those. It sounds a bit stupid and a bit harsh even, but some of those more like out there builds, that person I think are a bit broken. Like it would ruin a bit of PvP. I kind of like put in that like weird member section in the sense that it's kind of, if you're not something really stupid that's just out there, it's there if you want. But if it's like in general circulation, it will get nerfed. 100%. There's gameplay as well, like in action, but you literally sit in spell wall for like 80% of the fight and just bash people when they die. It's like stupid. Really stupid. We're back on the Nightblade. I will see if Cyrodiil's actually got people in. That's got some in. We'll try and see if we can get in there. Hey, we can get in Cyrodiil. And then whilst we're like waiting for the BG, so would it be queued for BGs because it's to be a while? I don't think the gold vendor's here yet, is it? It's not this time of day. So, oh, Battleworks Sedge, Nickel, sorry. We'll go down to Nickel. This is on the AoE spec. I'm going to change it to single target. I think that will work better personally for what we're trying to do. Where's our soul magic? Days and soul. Sweet. Oh, speed. Speed again. I couldn't sprint. That's really annoying. Right, so the aim of this build essentially is that we heavy attack, stun, force pulse, kill people. That's like it. Like with any gank build, the way in which you play them is you are selective over your targets. You either go for somebody who is low on health, just to steal the kill, it's nice and simple, or you go for people who are unbuffed, so they're easier to kill, or people with lower health balls. When I was like testing this with jewels and stuff, it was about a 25k to 30,000 target range. Is kind of a good gauge that if someone has about 25k health, you've got a good chance of killing them in 1 or 2 seconds. Anything less than that, obviously it's almost instant. Anything higher than that is going to get slower and slower, as you'd obviously expect. Okay, that looks like this has been like repelled, so there's nobody here. Yeah, nobody there. We own everything, it looks like. Just seeing where we can go next. We can obviously go to like Fargo and then go down to Batboot or Bloodmane. Or we go to Chalman. That's like the only... Who has Emp? Do we have Emp? We have Emp, so that makes no difference there. I was just thinking, like, where would people go next on the map? Like, if that's the only one for the Emp, then they'd go there, but that's no. Yeah. Hopefully we can use... oh, we can. Can we use the shrine? BG's is better, right? BG's. Oh, that's as far as we've got with Cyrodiil today. Like, it's just so much riding around, which is what I really hate. I hate the having to move and ride and just, it's tedious. Like, really, really tedious. Yeah, with the bash build, David, is it the... I think there's two. There's one that's like the Demolisher, which is an Arcanist, if I remember off the top of my head. And then there's also like a block, where you basically hold block and people die. And that's designed to basically you reflect damage back. People hit you, you damage them. That's the idea of that one. Which one were you like curious on? The poll at the moment is people want to see the single target Nightblade. We'll keep that on for now, but I'll put a poll up in case people want to change. David asks in chat, if you could say what platform you're on, David, that might help. So, like, is it PC NA, PC EU, console? If it's console, like which console? And then obviously I'll mention it as well. Domination. Doink. It's not that kill. Oh, ESO was so hard for me. Oh, damage buff, damage buff. Interesting in both, but the arc. The arc bash one's pretty stupid. Where are they? When we got the damage buff, is that lambs to slaughter with this? Dead. Just... No help. No, they're gonna get me. I don't know how I say it live, but I'm not gonna. This is definitely a messed up MMR match for sure. Okay, that was a very quick match. That was literally like lambs to the slaughter. Xbox Series X. Are you on NA, so North America, or EU? So essentially, like, if you live in NA, North America, it'll like default there, or if you're like Europe based, it'll default to EU. We'll go back into Cyrodiil. Oh, there's no people in the other teams now, apart from red. Alright, we'll see where the fights are. We know it's red at the moment. We'll see how far we have to ride to try and find players to fight. That's always a bit tedious. Chalman. Let's see if there's anything in Chalman. Yep, let's fight Set Chow. Xbox NA. If anybody's on Xbox NA that has a PvP guild, are you able to add David? He's in the chat. If you need his like Xbox tag name, you can put it in the chat, or you can join my Discord and post it there. But David's looking for sort of people to try and help show him the ropes in PvP. So kind of what Cyrodiil like, what BG's like, that kind of stuff. The one thing I would suggest David, and just people generally wanting to get into PvP, is have a look at a build and then play around with it, but more importantly focus on something that's a bit more bulky. So like if you see something with less than 25,000 health, you are going to die very quick. Like, doesn't matter if you do Battlegrounds, you do Cyrodiil, you are going to die very fast. Oh, look at that. Did you see that? That was nice. I think we did about 28k then. The guy got the final hit. But that was nice opening on that guy, wasn't it? Got him with the stun and then hit him with the follow up. But this is like half a Cyrodiil, by the way. Oh, I dodged it. Quite a lot of people in here, actually. Sandra said he wished he was on PCNA. Alright, the gate's open. General rule of thumb is don't go in there straight away. You just die from siege. I'm gonna go for a cheeky rest from the side. Right, we got him. We managed to get him. We need another way in. Like, this is literal death. Like, there is literally nothing we can do. If we walk in there, I'm impatient. This is the problem. A part of me is like, I could just make it. Right, we're gonna go for it in a moment. All right. We're gonna go for it now. We got through the door and died. If you look at the siege, 15k, 9k. So much siege, so much siege. We do have a camp. I might get a res. It's unlikely. I'm just gonna say that. I think we're better at getting the camp. Let's use the camper. So that is like the if you ever wanted to, I swear I saw a health bar. I did. If you ever want to like push into somewhere, don't do that. Basically, that's what I did was silly. I got impatient. I pushed forward. I know better. But it looks so appealing. Look, it looks so easy. Like it's only that far. Then oils hit me for 10,700 a hit. Like no. Oh, I want to push in because I can actually do some work on the inside because of the build I'm on. We managed to get in. Oh no, I don't want more siege. I really managed to try and squeeze through. Okay. Ah, I got him. Haha. Got him as well. There's so much. So many Bastilles. So many Bastilles. I'm in the Bastilles. It's not bad. Like we can definitely get kills with this. Yeah, don't walk underneath here. This is death. Like, you die if you do that. I got him with the cheeky stun. That ranged stun, like Days and Soul, which just people don't expect it. Because there's very few like ranged stuns that far. Oh, did he die? I was looking at the kill feed to see if he died. That's so much death. Door looks pretty low. Yeah, that's going to go in a moment, that is. Oil on me again. Ugh. I'm focusing on getting the guards because sometimes there's so much siege that you get stuck. When you get to this point, it's literally just like not many things people can do. It looks like there's fighting out the front. So just get some resources back. They all come from there. Well, we can see of the combat metrics. That guy we did 18,500 to him, we did. And that would have been like a really quick combo. That guy 15,000, 15,000. That's we're getting back into that PvE. Oh, continuous attack, which is like more damage, so that's always nice. I'm probably going to stay on for probably another 10, maybe 20 minutes. So if you get any questions about the stuff, then obviously put it in the chat before then, or join the Discord. I'll put a link before I go. This is the worst part of Cyrodiil. This is the worst part of Cyrodiil, 100%. It is still worth like checking. As you can see, I'm rotating my camera just to look around. And one of the useful settings in the options is, I think it's in nameplates, it's health bars, it's called. Have health bars on, that's really good. It lets you see that stuff. Got him. I kill. What are you doing, mate? Don't bring him here. There's resources, thank you. We're going to little sneak around and see if we can find anybody. I'm looking for like the badges above the head. Yeah, so I don't think there's many people actually here. Other than like blues. When you're in combat, can't mount. I freaking hate that bug. That's such a that stun, I love it. Oh, we killed the guy there. Our BG's ready. So that's a little kind of like idea of what it does in Cyrodiil. It does work. Like we are actually killing stuff. So this one, let's have a look. This BG, AoE or single target? AoE or single target? We're on single target at the moment, so that's where we basically heavy attack with Dazed and Soul into Force Pulse and things die. Or the AoE version is where we use Chilling Explosion. It doesn't hit as hard single target wise, but it's got good like crowd control. So there's pros and cons to both. I think the single target is like more bursty, so better for like smaller fights, whereas the AoE is just like fire and hope kind of thing. So when it lands, it's really satisfying, but it doesn't always land. But that guy there is 10k damage there to him. 21,000 to that person there. One there. Decent damage. That was that end cap on that person that rolled away. And this was on that Nightblade at the end that we just blew up. Paul says AoE at the moment, so I'll go in like the next 20 seconds. I'll quickly switch it over if it's still there. Okay. Don't know how good it will be in this match, but we'll give it a go. AoE it is. We were going to try Meteor, weren't we? So let's try Meteor with it. Let's see how this works. You can't, man. I was just curious if you come out. Dead. Hey, we had a kill there. Okay, that's 9k. That was. Oh, we were using the stun, weren't we? Yeah. We found that worked pretty well. It takes so long to cast. The AoE takes so long to cast. The Meteor got him. Hit hard. But the AoE takes so long to cast. No, let me here try and live.
Pick up the ball now! Quickly, grab the ball! Pick up the ball. Don't have.
He stole my kill. He stole my kill. You saw it. You saw it. Dom says, how's ESO in 2025? The freaking beam. That was. I want to hit 2 beams. ESO depends what you want to do. If you want to mess around in PvP, it is pretty fun for this kind of shenanigans. They got the kill. If you're like proper hardcore, Got him.
They dropped the ball.
So it's fun if you can like embrace the cheese. Basically, it's kind of what I'd say. We've had 5 kills just literally messing around with this. I ran out of stamina. I rolled way too much.
We must get the ball.
Yeah, I think the single target is better. When I die next, we'll go on single target.
By the 8, they dropped the ball. Keep that ball. Divine save us. The ball has been dropped.
No. I saw it coming. Saw it coming. Dark convergence. As soon as I got me, it was just, I knew. Okay. We're back on single target. Abuse procs.
Not much longer now.
I don't even know where the damage buffs or the little power-ups are on this map. I've got this stupid Twilight. I'm going to go around the other side. And there's a bit of backtracking. But I'm hoping we're not going to get into like a big choke point. Yeah. Got one of them, almost had the other one. And his mate respawned. I stole that kill. I so stole that kill. That killed it. Oh, the single target one's really good. I really freaking good. Love it. Absolutely love it. I'm gonna call it in a second. I'll quickly just see if I can get into a quick VG. If I can, then I'll do one more. But they've been a bit slow at this kind of time of night. I've got all the stuff to like. But the rewards of the worthy stuff is just garbage. Literally, like this makes no sense. You gain loads of pen, but you lose 46% damage done. It's just like, no. Why would you use that? But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it there. It's 11:30 where I am in the UK, so it's quite late. I will make a dedicated build video for this, so I kind of explain how this works, how you can tweak it, and then I'll probably do a gameplay like commentary as a separate standalone video for those people that want to see gameplay. Oh, there's another BG. We'll do this quick, and then yeah, that will come to the channel probably tomorrow, maybe the day after, for that the build video. So if you are someone who is subscribed, you'll see that very soon. I also have some updates to my Warden. I've been testing that quite a lot, and also to my Magsalk, which, in all honesty, apart from changing a skill or so, it's pretty much the same as before. Like, there's no better setup. And then I have a few new builds that I've been working on. So one is a build that uses the esoteric greaves, which I'm still farming on EU. But that's a mythic item down here. Here it is. So if you not there it is, sorry. While you're above 50% stamina, you reduce your direct damage taken by 50% and lose 1000 stamina. It can happen every 0.3 seconds. So what this basically means is it acts as block, so it's like free block. The problem is that it uses your stamina really heavily. So the way in which you have to build around this is you don't block and you don't CC. That also assumes that you can't really use your stamina for that sprint. So there's two ways to use this item, and one way is that. The other way is do what I'm going to do, which is like ludicrous stam regen. And I think on my Sork I got up to 9,000 almost stamina recovery, which means this is free. So I've been working like weird stuff like that, where we could just like push these sets to like stupid limits. So yeah, it had like 9,000 something stam recovery. It was pretty stupid with like 40k magicka still, 40-50k magicka. So we were like a Magsalk, but with really high like stam sustain, which basically made our build have like a lot more damage and a lot more defense than normal. I'm going to stay on the single target one for this one. Cheers, Sandra. I've been trying to just get back into the swing. Sniper still lives. That still works. You do need to change sets though. So they changed the way of the fire. Do I have it on here? Damn it. Oh, that's unfortunate. Maybe on here. No, it's on my other Nightblade. Alright, we've got 30 seconds. This will be the last one because it is late where I am. 15 seconds. Oh, I know him. He's on my friends list. I'm gonna go say hi. When I was fighting him earlier, I was on a warden. He got really annoyed with my warden, and he hasn't seen this yet. Oh, cheeky damage boost as well. Oh, what a start for us, eh? They got a healer with them. They have. That healer is like working overtime. Yeah, 250k healing already. 250k healing already, literally in like 30 seconds.
Outstanding. We have secured the point.
I was back my motion. You saw me pushing the up arrow. You. Oh, I was literally spam it. Yeah, that guy up here. 350k hit. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I hate healers. I've been playing my Sulk in PvP. Sulk great in PvP. Absolutely love Sulk. Still has the same issues, like as in it's a little bit slower than I would have liked, but still kill. Kills kill. If you want, this is where you can spawn camp. You shouldn't do it, but you can spawn camp. And ironically, the changes to this mean that it's easier than ever. Look, that's literally another one dead. Damage boost. Take that, thank you. They took the damage boost. I went to get it. They got it for me. No. No.
By all hell, Grace, the point is ours. Come on, the point's moved.
I wasn't paying attention. That was a good in cap concealed. 15k. That's huge. That was. He's got damage boost on. That was the guy who picked it up. There's a corrosive one. No, no stam. No stam. That healer, that green healer, is literally really causing problems. They're literally sitting together, that green group. I'm dead. He stopped my kill, but they stopped my kill.
The capture point has moved.
Oh, he hit me with a bit of a dink there, didn't he? Oh. I just caught my leg. Oh. Let me just walk through these. Thank you very much. A healer in there is literally working overtime. They've got a couple of healers in their little group, like off healers. Run out of stab. That one bar sort of would have dominated the speed sheet. One bar sort's pretty good, but you just stack procs. Reliquin and Drago is just like nuts. We're helping out. We're actually doing the objective once. How much healing? Look at how much healing they had in their team. 892, 475, 126, 94. So you're looking like, what was it? 1300, 1.3, 1.4, probably about 1.5 million combined of healing. Obviously, I know it's spread over a few players, but healer is just really annoying. It is late though. I need to get some sleep. It's 10 to midnight where I am. So yeah. I was going to say, obviously, cheers for obviously tuning in. Any questions and stuff like between now and next videos and stuff, there is a Discord, so you can join that. On there, I post like just a range of like things and answer questions much quicker. So if you obviously have questions, you can join there. I'll put a quick post in a sec. The other thing is, if you like what I do, you want to stay up to date with like the channel and stuff, then obviously do like, comment, but more importantly subscribe, so you don't obviously miss out on those things. And I'm just going to say a massive thanks to people who support Patreon or YouTube membership. It really helps out.